Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Split Decision. You're here with me, the host, and my co-host to my left, Taku, Mao, and Deppy. Say hi. Love the spirit. But before we get into this, we'd like to mention our sponsors, the usual Kremlin and Mahogany. Kremlin still have those sales going on, so make sure you're checking that in the description. And Mahogany's still posting stuff on their Instagram, so their link will also be in the description. What's with that? What's with that face?
Dude, I'm posting it, dude.
They're
No,
not?
no,
Oh, well, they're in the description
no. I
anyway.
mean, Joel does have some things brewing, so make
So
sure
yeah,
you
keep
check
your eyes
him out.
peeled for that. Check out there. Follow them on Instagram, the usual. Make sure you're getting your Kremlin hoodies and merch and stuff while you still can. They've got their masks and trackies on sale, which is like $50 for a mask and trackies. I'm pretty sure, if I'm
I
right.
can't remember. I can't remember.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's the usual. Also use Taku10, Tom10 at discount for 10% off, and Pete10 because, shout out Pete. And yeah, make sure you
Fuck that
finally
guy.
make sure you finally check out our links in the description, our YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, um, Facebook as well, because new content always come out in there. We swear, like most of you probably see our stuff. And yeah, I think that's it. Also, the giveaway will be announced today.
Today.
Today, yeah.
Yes. So
So yeah, we'll
yes.
be announcing that later today. I think around the time this podcast goes out. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that. I mean, it'll already be out by the time you guys have seen this, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, without further ado, let's get straight into the basketball playoffs. Jeez, sorry. We just had it's about to come to the end of the first round. Like we're about to go into our game sevens. So, but our first game we'll talk about is the Milwaukee Bucks versus the Miami Heat. So the Milwaukee Bucks defeated Orlando Magic to go into the second round of the playoffs. They will face the Miami Heat, who swept the Indiana Pacers. So Jimmy Buckets put up some big numbers in that playoff series, right? He was balling
Yeah.
out, and we also had Giannis doing his thing down at the Bucks. But I think it was an all-round great Bucks performance for them against the Orlando Magic. To be honest, what do you think?
Chris Middleton struggled a bit, but I think he definitely picked it up latter end of that series, and even this game versus Miami, he's played very, very well. What's one thing that's really crazy about it is the Bucks have the number one seed in the NBA, and everywhere I look, people are saying Miami in six.
Wow.
So I don't know if you can. It's crazy to think that the Bucks might actually be an underdog, just even though they have the number one series and the number one record in the NBA, one of the best regular seasons. They might be an underdog in the second round, no less, which is sort of crazy to think about. But
So
yeah.
it's just for people wondering, we're recording this right as the Bucks game's on right now, and the Bucks are down by 3 points in the third. So you know what? If they are the underdogs, it's going to be a good comeback story from the number one
That's
seed
crazy.
beating
The fact that the fact that
the
people
number one seed beating whoever it is.
and I think people saying, "Oh, sleeper," like everyone's like, "Oh, Miami might," people like, what's when they say that unheard take or something, they're like, well, I forget what they call it, but they're like, "Oh, Miami," but it's like it's not because everyone's saying
Unpopular.
that. Unpopular opinion, everyone's like, "Unpopular opinion, Miami to beat the Bucks," but every single person is saying Miami's gonna beat the Bucks.
It can't be unpopular if everyone be saying
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So I don't know. I'm sticking by the reigning, defending MVP and
Eastern
defensive player of
Conference
the
champions.
year. So no, they didn't win the Eastern Conference
Oh
last
no, they
year.
didn't. Shit, that was the
Yeah,
Raptors. But they should win
but
the Eastern Conferences. Yeah. I
yeah.
cut
So
that out. Cut that out.
no, I'm not coming
No,
up.
no, cut that out. Don't be a dog. Don't be a dog. Poor Adelaide
But
Crows.
yeah, So I don't know. I still think the Bucks are gonna come away with it and win this. I think they win the series in seven because it is a very tight series. But I think 7 or 6, they come out and they get it done.
Yeah. Oh no, maybe 6. I reckon they probably. Yeah, five or six, 5 or 6. I reckon
Five,
they'd like to be taking it. I
a
reckon
gentleman sweep,
Miami will win the first one. Then Giannis will turn up the heat. He'll
Yeah,
show why he's the defensive player and
MVP.
MVP.
Gonna be very. I think it'll definitely be a good series.
Did you see? He just missed an air ball today from the free. He airballed it from the free throw line today.
But he does that sometimes. He sometimes leaves it short, bad. But
He's still maturing. He's not there yet.
on the other side of the Eastern Conference, Got
Eastern
Boston
Conference.
versus Toronto.
Oh yeah.
So what? Boston blew out Toronto like
Oh yeah, bad.
bad. But
That was
what?
embarrassing.
Wait, who do you got? You think Toronto bounced back game two?
Nah, definitely not.
No,
Boston, they're looking different.
too much for
They
me.
build different. They're built different, man.
That's
Like
you know what I was thinking.
they
That the
do
one really good thing about that Boston team, pretty much everyone in their 4 out of their 5 starters can go off for 30. Kemba, Kemba, Marcus Smart, Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, they all can go off for 30, and like they're so well rounded in that sort of sense as well.
Hmm.
So I think Boston might be a sleeper to make it to the finals this year because
Yeah, I don't think
they
anyone
can
we didn't
they
predict it.
can they can beat Miami and the Bucks as well.
I don't think you and I didn't even predict that. We didn't even think about the Celtics. We were focused on Raptors and Bucks this year.
Yeah, I didn't say Celtics, but
I don't know. Tatum is doing bits on the court. Brown, they're all doing bits. Boston's team's just doing a madness on the court. They got rid of Kyrie, and now look at them. They're flourishing. You know, maybe Kyrie was the bad
no, that's
luck.
unfair. That's unfair on Kyrie.
You reckon?
I think some things just didn't go his way in Boston as well. Sometimes like it's sort of like FIFA. Sometimes you put a player in your team with just red chemistry. They're in a different league, different country. It doesn't work. Like you can't.
Yeah,
I think
it's
that's
just poor leadership then.
yeah, no. But then Kyrie got so much unfair blame on that team as well. Like I think
But
Brooklyn's going to
who
be a
you gonna
completely
dish?
different situation. Because
Okay,
remember, he
who you
was
gonna?
traded there as well. He didn't sign there. He was
Yeah, but where
traded
else did he
there.
want to go?
Hmm?
Where did he want to go?
Just wanted out of
Cleveland. He
out
wanted
of
out of the shadow of
Cleveland.
LeBron, and then when he got put in the spotlight, it was just
I don't
shots
know.
everywhere.
Kyrie slander has to Kyrie easy top 2 point guard in the league, and
Oh, don't
since
get me
he's
wrong.
been
He's a goated point guard. You know, as a gun, but like, you know, you can't blame rookies for having a bad season. They're only rookies. You know, like you
no,
can't blame Tatum and you can't blame Rose. The only person
stop.
that would have taken not even taken the blame, Gordon Hayward broke his bloody ankle in half.
Oh, that was yeah. I don't know.
That's
I'm just saying, stop Kyrie slander.
hey, you're gonna get slandered if you're not doing the right thing, innit?
But like even this like Dame, I get what Dame did, but like Dame's had like 2 good playoff series, 3 good playoff series, and people Kyrie Irving was doing it on the finals. I don't know, maybe I'm a bit of like
No,
nostalgic in that sense, but like you can't right. Kyrie Irving is just
he
different
was sourcing
gravy.
Steph Curry, but like Steph
Yeah,
Curry's not known for his
he was
defense.
dropping 41 points in the NBA finals.
So was LeBron, but you know, it's counting.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. But people forget. Obviously, LeBron did his thing. LeBron went off, but Kyrie Irving was just there as well.
He was built different. So
Kyrie. I'm just saying.
look, everyone remembers the block, but no one remembers the shot. That's all I'm gonna say. The shot won in the
You
game.
know what? This is LeBron goes the block, the shot, and he goes to Kevin Love the stop when Kevin Love clamped up Steph
Yeah,
in like the last like
the
20
shot. The
seconds.
shot. I reckon the shot was equally as impressive as the block from Kyrie.
More impressive than the block.
You reckon?
Possibly.
You reckon that Kyrie's shot was more impressive than LeBron's
Yeah,
block? Nah,
bro. It was what
that's
one
illegal.
legit 1 minute and 10 seconds left. Kyrie Irving isolates on Steph, shimmy, step back, 3, bang. That
Bro,
shit was
it was a
clutch.
2-on-1. LeBron comes from the 3-point line where Iguodala is basically in
No,
jump,
obviously, yeah, it's a mad
and he
block, but
literally just did that.
yeah, it's a mad block, but is it more impressive than the shot? I don't reckon.
Yes, yeah.
The shot a minute legit championship on the line. You need one guy to get you a bucket. Kyrie Irving just goes, get the fuck out. He's like, give me the ball. I'm getting us a bucket.
You know,
And doesn't drive and settle for a 2, gets a 3, puts the pressure on Golden State.
That's what we'll do. We'll do a poll. We'll do a poll on Instagram tonight, and we'll say what was more impressive, the block or the shot.
I'm going the shot.
I'm going the block.
That's no slander. Obviously, LeBron, that block, insane. I'm just thinking in the moment, what everything that it meant with the time left and just everything cultivating. Game 7, Oakland, the crowd chanting defense, one-on-one, you just,
Oakland.
Kyrie Irving just got you a bucket.
Look, like if you think it was the block, but also like if you think it was the shot.
But so anyway, back to you don't think Toronto Raptors come
No,
back?
I reckon it'll go to like a game 6. Toronto will take the next game, but overall it'll be Boston.
Boston 6, you reckon?
Boston have the star power, but like Toronto are just lacking that, that thing.
I mean, Pascal Siakam he didn't have his best game 1, and it was obviously, but I don't know. Nick Nurse is a coaching wizard. I think if anything, it's going to be a bit of chess match between Nick Nurse and Brad Stevens as much as anything. But they both have like good squads as well.
We know that, like Jason Tatum, like he's just a star. Like he can turn it on. Like he can drop you 50 points. Like he's got that power. Maybe not 50, but like he can drop high points. Like, is there anyone on the Raptors team that's going to match him or guard him?
Pascal Siakam can guard Jason Tatum.
Yeah, but is he going to drop the points though?
50.
Is he going to drop? Is he going to drop you 35 plus?
Yeah. Pascal's going to drop you 45, 35.
But is he going to take over a game?
I reckon he can. Pascal's, I can reckon. I think we're still obviously waiting for that next leap, but I still think Pascal Siakam can get you a bucket when you need a bucket.
Yeah, he lost me a lot of money in the final series. But Spicy P, I'm looking at you, man. Too many bloody air balls. I swear air ball like a layup or something. I can't remember.
But what? But then they won. So
yeah, they won. So it doesn't matter. They won. As long as bloody Golden State didn't win it again, I was happy, man. No one wants to see Golden State are the Collingwood of bloody. No, they're the Richmond right now.
Yeah, not Collingwood. I don't know. I don't know. I can't even because I don't watch enough footy to put out comparisons. But
how about Carlton? Am I right?
Anyway, moving on to the Lakers. The Lakers beat the Trailblazers to advance to the second round of the playoffs. Are the Lakers the favorites to win the chip?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you reckon?
LeBron gets too much hype around him for him not to be the favorites.
And AD, man, AD different.
Yeah, he's doing bits as well, man.
AD has the second highest points per game in the playoffs.
Who's got the highest?
I think it might be Michael Jordan. No, like all time, because AD's points per game in the playoff is 30.9.
Mm-hmm.
I think Michael Jordan might. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if first is. But
off topic, but I saw this weird stat. I saw Karl Malone has the most points, right, but never won a scoring championship. Apparently.
Really?
Yeah, I read that somewhere. I was like, that's got to be lies. But yeah,
I guess, but he had longevity as well, Karl Malone.
Yeah, he did.
Him and John Stockton was just different.
Bro, imagine a big man. Big men were the thing back then, though. You got to remember, big men were like where the points came from.
Yeah,
point guards now it's the other way around, kind of. It's like kick it in the post, kick it out.
It's position as basketball at the same time. Like anyone can get your buckets.
Yeah, true.
Like you look at the Timberwolves. Obviously, most of our buckets come from Cap, but then you look at Golden State, where it comes from Clay and Steph.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, Jesus.
But anyway, the Lakers will face the winner of the Rockets. And okay, obviously we know who you're gonna pick, but realistically, I think we all know that Rockets close the series out, Game 6.
Nah, bro, it's Game 6 on today at 11 o'clock, right? And I think Chris Paul is gonna play with some passion in this game. He's gonna lock up Brody. He's gonna Lou's gonna lock up what's his name? The beard.
Harden. That guy, just an MVP, MVP.
Yeah, he's nothing special. He's not that good.
So, what? Let's say hypothetically the OKC does go to the second round. They don't beat the Lakers.
Oh, we're getting swept. No, we're getting swept.
And even the Rockets, it's AD, man. AD's gonna feast. AD's feasting on the Rockets.
They've got no tools to guard him.
They've got no one to guard AD. That's barbecue chicken for AD. If AD doesn't average at least like 30, 35 that series, it's going to be
I'm more upset that LeBron didn't sweep in the first round, I think.
Really?
How did they give up? How did they give up
Game
that?
one. But then you get that in game one. But it was funny because legit after game one, I think that's what the one thing so bad about the basketball world. Everyone's so reactionary. So like they lose game one, everyone's like, oh yeah, Portland's got this series. Portland's got this series.
Not my king.
No, but it's like, bro, everyone knew LeBron was a good.
Everyone knew LeBron. LeBron has playoff mode.
Yeah, LeBron's never lost the first round. You think he was going to lose the first round, the number one seed to the Portland Trail Blazers?
Has Michael Jordan lost the first round? Michael Jordan, has he lost the first round?
Yeah, Michael Jordan lost first rounds.
Not my king.
Right. Now on to, I reckon, the best series of the first round.
Oh, most entertaining by far. Most entertaining.
The Clippers versus the Mavericks. You know what I'm going to say now? Porzingis doesn't get ejected game one. It's a different series because I think Mavericks win game one if Porzingis doesn't get ejected. But obviously, anyway, but the
that's
Clippers,
biased because we put a bet on and Porzingis got ejected.
Yeah, no one needs to know that, all right? But the Clippers are the Clippers or the Lakers the favorite? Like obviously they're both like title contenders, but who is the favorite, like the number one team that's like if they win, you're like, oh yeah, I expected them to win.
Lakers are the number one team. The thing is, right, the Mavs, no one expected Mavs to even come close to the Clippers, right?
They went 6 games with them. And even the games they lost were close.
Yeah. It's not even like they got blown out that much.
I think one game was a blowout. The others were...
Yeah, it was the last one that was a blowout. 97 to 111, wasn't it?
I don't know. I can't remember.
I don't know. I'm trying to...
So, but what? I think one thing we have to say about the Mavericks, though, this is only the start of the legacy of Luka Doncic. I think we're watching a legend unfold right in front of our eyes. Like, what he was doing. I think he averaged 31, 9, and 9 at 20 years old in his first playoff series. That's insane.
Nearly a triple-double. We haven't seen those numbers in a while.
So...
I haven't seen those numbers.
So, obviously, so the Jazz and Denver Nuggets will face off Game 7 tomorrow. Who wins? Who's advancing?
The Jazz.
Jamal Murray has been a monster.
Oh yeah, he dropped 50. Dropped 50 to force Game 7.
Three games in a row over 40 points, 2 50-point games. And Donovan Mitchell has been a monster. They've been I reckon that was the second best series this first rounds. But who wins? Who wins Game 7?
If Rudy Gobert can turn up, I reckon. Like if Rudy Gobert just like helps and supports Mitchell on the defensive end, I reckon that they take it. I haven't really watched that series that much. How's Jokic been doing?
Jokic has been good, but one thing is Joe Ingles hasn't been there whatsoever.
Yeah, Jokic dropped 22 points.
And like 10 assists or something?
Yeah, 9 assists. That's
9
pretty
assists. So I think I'm taking the Denver Nuggets to advance because Jamal Murray is just different breed right now. And obviously you've got Nikola Jokic, Michael Porter. I think they just have too many weapons for the Jazz to and they're on a roll. I think they've won 2 in a row now, 2 games.
Yeah.
So I think they're on a roll now that they have so much momentum coming into Game 7.
Are they 3-1 down?
Yeah.
You don't leave a 3-1 loss down.
So let's say the Clippers face the Denver Nuggets second round. Who advances to the Western Conference Finals?
If Playoff P comes out and we have Kawhi come out, then it's over for the Nuggets. Like it's going to be Game 5, Game 6, Clippers win. That's only if we see like
Jamal Murray dropping 50.
Yeah. If we that's only if we see like what's it called, like them really ball out. But I don't know. This playoff series has had some twists and turns in it. The Bucks are still down by 2 points in the fourth quarter.
Well, you're saying this, but by the time people watch it, so this game's gonna be well and truly done.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying this is where we're up to. You know, we can't watch all the games. We haven't got that many eyes and ears.
But what? So, some other news around the league. Brandon Ingram won Most Improved Player.
Standard. We all knew that. We all knew that.
But I think I had Bam winning it.
Yeah, Bam.
One thing that was crazy was Devontae Graham. That's what I was talking about. Devontae Graham. I actually thought Devontae, because when we were picking out of people to nominate it, I thought Devontae Graham should have actually won it, because his jumps for in point, like legit in every statistical category from year 1 to year 2 was insane, and he only got like 2 first place votes.
Right. Yeah, true. Nah, Brandon Ingram was different though.
But it was, yeah, obviously Brandon Ingram, like coming from the Lakers, and I think he was putting like 18, put up 25 points per game, and when he was leading that Pelicans team when Zion wasn't there, Brandon Ingram was very, very different.
Do you reckon he's really the next coming of KD?
I don't know. I don't think he comes. He'll be good, but I don't think he comes to where KD is.
KD worked way harder than anyone.
I think we won't see a 7-shooter that can dribble and shoot, a 7-footer that can dribble and shoot like KD. We won't see that.
He had no muscle on him though. He had zero muscle.
But it's the same thing with like Steph. Obviously, Trae Young is like sort of like, but I don't think we'll ever see a Steph Curry, like the way just Steph revolutionized the game and sort of just the way he shot the three. We won't see that ever again.
I think you're putting off Trae Young too early, man.
No, Trae Young's the same, but I don't think we won't. I don't think he'll just be able to emulate what Steph meant to the game. Like just in a way, like you see kids now. It's the same thing. Like Steph is sort of on that Michael Jordan level where it's like kids now want to be like, because they see themselves like, I'm not that tall. But I can shoot like that. Like that's what Steph did. Steph wasn't the most athletic. He wasn't the biggest, but he just shot. His shot was the same. That's what like kids from now on are just like, oh, I want to be like Steph.
I want to be like Steph. Yeah, that's true. Who do you reckon's taking MVP this year?
Oh, I had Giannis, bro. Giannis. Because even they leaked after your vote, you're allowed to say who you won, and like most of the people that said it said Giannis. Like the only 3 people that said LeBron, and it was like we've said this last episode, like the whole narrative-based voting BS. You can't be saying that, and you're a voter. That obviously means you knew that Giannis was the MVP, but you just needed to give yourself a reason why you should give LeBron the first place vote.
Yeah, it's true. LeBron just did. I reckon he did deserve it this year.
No, he didn't. I think we need to keep the same energy. It's the same thing with KD and Steph. When KD joined the Warriors, we all said neither Steph or KD can beat MVP because they have one another. So it's like AD for most of a lot of the Lakers games I won, it was actually AD who was carrying. Like the Lakers games I watched, it was actually AD doing a lot of the work. And I'm not taking anything away from LeBron, but like the one thing I don't like about LeBron fans, they don't keep the same energy. When it was KD, they're like, no, KD can't win MVP now. But now that's like, oh, LeBron, like Giannis has led LeBron in every single statistical category except for assists.
Yeah, it's true.
No one wants to talk about that, but sorry.
Hey, but it's all quiet when it's about LeBron, eh?
Yeah, facts. But that's my little rant about LeBron.
LeBron fans go too hard. George, you know.
Anything else?
The Lakers are the 4th worst team when it comes to whatever it is on defense when LeBron's off the field. That stat. It's always the same stat I hear.
It's always the same 3 stats, bro. It's like the Lakers are -2 and LeBron's like, bro, no, all right.
Stop it.
Get some help. Anything else you want to add before we wrap up this episode?
What else happened in the NBA?
Obviously they had they boycotted the
that's right.
couple games. I think we talked about that last episode. I can't remember now.
No, we didn't talk about it last episode.
We didn't talk about it. I don't know. What did you? I thought it made sense. I thought it made sense. And it definitely brought, because like obviously in America the whole voting thing, it's not like here in Australia where voting is mandatory. You can vote if you want to, and then that obviously leads to people not going to vote. Some people can't vote because they're older, and so I think obviously the players, what they did is amazing. Where now, I think every NBA arena, people can go there and vote, and that brings another element because a lot of these owners are connected to politicians and stuff. So I thought this made a lot of sense.
True. I was about to say something. Some things are bigger than, I don't know what I was going to say, but some things are bigger than sport, and obviously this is a lot bigger than sport. It's about a country, being united. Fortunately, luckily, we live in Australia, so we don't have to deal with that kind of thing, as in like the voting and all that. And I reckon our government's pretty solid over here. They do their job well. But in America, it's all backwards over there compared to, how we see it, if you get what I mean.
I saw someone that was like, America's just a third world country wearing a Gucci belt. And I was like, lol.
Oh, no, yeah. I think it was justified, them boycotting the NBA for a bit.
But obviously you're going to have people that are going to disagree. Obviously, I understand the element where you want to, people see sport as an escape. But at the same time, when you see, because these guys, they see themselves in the people that are getting shot, and when you see that, it's hard. You have to speak up about it. So it's just have a bit of sympathy. Obviously, have a bit of sympathy as well. So yeah,
it can't get to the point where you see someone get shot and it's like, oh, another one, really? It can't get to that point. It's got to be like, stop it, like just in the tracks. You know what I mean? Like we can't just keep on happening. Someone's got to change it. But you know what?
And it's the same thing with that that I don't know if you saw that Kyle guy that pulled up, and
not the one with the gun at the protest.
Yeah, and then I was like, and you think using their own logic that they'd be like, oh, you can't do that. I saw people defending this kid, killing two people and injuring someone else, and me personally, I'm a firm believer in like just don't kill people. Like I thought it was just like, yo, don't kill people. I thought
life was just like,
I thought it was that simple. Like, yo, let's not kill people. But then obviously now you have people that are like, oh, it was self-defense. He was some other. I was like, but it was like he didn't like. Oh, it was just the whole thing. It's like he didn't have to be there. And it was funny. I saw I don't know you know who Trevor Noah is, but he goes like, if you have the intent of driving over state lines with a gun and going like, oh, you want to protect the land, like, what does that mean? But
that is excuse, because I didn't read it that much. I just saw
it was like he wanted to protect the shops from getting looted. No one on earth cares that much about a Target where you're like, yo, I'm gonna go pull up with a gun and I'm gonna defend this Target with my life. If you care
to sacrifice my own life for Target.
Exactly, bro. It was just some BS excuse. He knew what he
they're
wanted
a corporate
to do,
industry bullshit. They're gonna fucking care about one guy defending them. Get out of here.
And legit, and like the owner of Target and stuff. I remember like when in June when everything first started, the owner of Target was like, "Oh, like it's in the end, it's just stuff. Like it's less important than people's lives." And like I don't get how people don't get that. It's like people's lives. I don't know. Obviously, looting and stuff is bad, and you shouldn't loot. Yeah. But in the grand scheme of things, is it looting or like people being alive? I think you'd want to.
But here's the thing: it's like check on my words. Sorry. The corporate industries, they've got like they're multi-billion, trillion dollars. They're like all around the world. Everything. But it's the small businesses, like those local fish and chip shops that in Australia that you go to. Or like those family-grown stores. Those are the ones that are getting affected from it the most. And those are the ones I do feel bad for, like when they're getting looted.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because they're homegrown. That's how they make their money. It's not like they have a franchise they can rely on. Target. Oh, one burns down. Don't worry, I'll build another one next week, just down the road. It's just something they can do. But these family businesses, like, oh shit, man, it's gone to the ground. But looting's bad. Don't do that. But boycotting NBA.
Don't loot kids.
Don't loot kids, but boycott NBA. That moral of the story.
But yeah, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, don't steal. I don't know. I was gonna say something, but it slipped my mind. But yeah,
end of the day,
anyway,
don't do drugs.
Don't do drugs. Stay in school. Don't do drugs.
Stay in school. Say
your message from the Split Decision podcast. Very nice. Anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this very short but sweet episode.
Short but sweet.
Short and sweet. It's like a little, I don't know, a little nugget, a little chicken nugget. You can eat it and go.
I'm clipping that.
Make sure you guys check out all the links. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Those absolute bits. And leave a little message. We like reading them. It makes me and Tom's days.
Send some love this way.
Tom's had a rough couple of days, so send some love Tom's way.
Don't lie.
You see that beanie, guys? That's a scrub beanie. He's had a rough couple of days, so send love. Let's send some.
Seattle Supersonics. Nah, don't say that.
You see Tom wearing a Pegs hoodie. He's having a rough couple of days. Send some love Tom's way. I'm definitely not wearing a Pegs hoodie, but Alright, and this outro is going way strong. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, 5 stars on Apple Podcasts.
Send some love. He's having a rough day.
Who?
Taku.
Tom.
If Taku's wearing Beats headphones, send some love his way.
I wear Beats headphones every episode. Exactly.
I wear beanies every episode, basically. It's if only the guest.
So, anyway, thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys. We have a nice little episode coming on Thursday, so make sure you guys check that out. And giveaway announced today at 8 o'clock. Today. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. What day? Tuesday. Next Thursday. Peace.
I can't wait to leave that in. Peace.